Good day and welcome to another episode of your program, Infrastructure Weekly, where we x-ray the performance and achievement of the Muhammadu Buhari-led administration in bridging the nation's infrastructure deficit. I am Abosede Omowi. On this week's episode, we will be taking you through the commissioning of the expanded Ejigbo transmission station to serve the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, the Alimosho local government, and several parts of Lagos. We will also take you to Nasarawa State and precisely to the Loko Oweto Bridge, which brings both Nasarawa and Benue States together, and finally end it at the site of the National Housing Program in Osun State. Join us after this break.
Coming together of opportunities. This is what
infrastructure is the backbone of development, which explains the Buhari government's effort at bridging the facility gap. Infrastructure Weekly is a television package designed to bring you latest information on hundreds of development projects going on in various sectors all over the nation.
There is no state in Nigeria today where you will not see our contractors busy at work.
Power generation, rural electrification, road rehabilitations, national housing scheme, construction of roads and rail lines across the country, you name it.
We are now able to produce 7,000 megawatt of power. That is no longer debatable.
Infrastructure Weekly is Nigerians working together for a better Nigeria. So be better informed to take better informed decisions. Watch Infrastructure Weekly, showing on Channels Television Thursdays 2:30 p.m., NTA Network Wednesdays 5 p.m., and QTV News Fridays at 8 p.m. Infrastructure Weekly, making development known.
At the beginning of the year, the federal government made a pledge to complete projects which will help in expanding the nation's power grid. The projects are in two categories: Greenfield new project and Brownfield, which comprises rehabilitation, refurbishing and expansion of existing capacities in the transmission infrastructure on a nationwide basis. We'll bring to you the handover of the expanded Ejigbo transmission station in Lagos State, where the federal government has expanded the capacity from 120 MVA to 300 MVA to address the growing needs of the people, as well as ensure supply stability in Alimosho, the international airport, and other parts of Lagos State.
The Ejigbo transmission substation was built in 1970 with an installed capacity of 60 MVA, serving several parts of Alimosho local government area and the nation's premier airport, the Murtala Mohammed Airport, Lagos. With the population explosion witnessed in the area since then, the need for an expansion of the transmission substation is there for all to see. The Minister of Power Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, said the capacity expansion of the station is a clear testament to government's commitment to development without prejudice.
This substation was built in 1970. Some of you will remember that. The capacity was 60 MVA in 1970. In 1970, I was 7 years old. So except for the addition of another 60 MVA, this community has grown exponentially. So they have exceeded the installed capacity here. But President Buhari hears you loud and clear. He knows that you needed this expansion. So he has moved you from 120 straight to 300. So between that time and when President Buhari came 3 years ago, some people were there and they will come back to you. So when they come back, ask them, they didn't know where to buy transformer.
He also gave an update on development of projects within the sector.
Well, if you can see it, they were making progress one by one. We will knock them off and put them into operation when the
civil, mechanical and electromechanical works are all complete when they pass the safety tests and completion certificates are issued.
Managing Director of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, Usman Gul Mohammed, earlier said the company and the federal government will no longer be held to ransom by any contractor on its projects. He disclosed that the company's engineers will take over such projects and complete it.
Transmission Rehabilitation and Expansion Program, which seeks to rehabilitate, stabilize, and expand the grid to at least 20,000 megawatts by 2021. To achieve this, we are using in-house capacity to install transformers and equipment to support contractors that are willing to work with us to complete their contract and to take over contracts that are failing.
Leaders of the community, led by the traditional ruler Ojon of Ejigbo, Maruf Ojola, were ecstatic about the development, which they described as an economic boost.
Today is a good day for us as well. But what I want from NEPA, repaid meter, Ikeja, repaid meter, so that everybody in Ejigbo will pay their due to the NEPA. When there's light, even the petrol station will sell, not only the Baba alone. So I'm part of petrol, so we will sell very well. So we are asking you to give us more light, so that more business will come to the town, so that it will bring more factory for me.
Still staying with the power sector, the Bureau of Public Enterprises and power sector operators in the distribution sector of the power value chain have come to an agreement on the final date of the performance review. The announcement, contained in a statement signed by the Director General of the Bureau of Public Enterprises, Alex Oko, says the final date is the 31st of December 2019. The BPE said this will ensure that the discos are held up to the promise and letters of the agreement signed when the power sector privatization program was concluded in 2013. The performance review, according to the BPE, will be a look at the totality of distribution companies. If you're just joining us, the program is Infrastructure Weekly, where we bring to you the achievements of the Buhari administration in bridging the nation's infrastructure gap. You can get in touch with us on Twitter at Infra_Weekly and on Facebook at facebook.com/Infrastructure Weekly. We will be back after this break for more on the program. Stay tuned.
London, New York or Lagos, business or holiday, home or office, you can now carry out your tax transactions from anywhere in the world. You can now file all your tax returns, pay online, get a receipt and even process your tax clearance certificate from anywhere in the world online and in real time. All you need to do is log on to www.firs.gov.ng and click on e-services and be introduced to the world of innovation, convenience and transparency from the FIRS. You can also pay stamp duty as you register a new company with the CAC or for other transactions that require stamp duty payment online. You can also file your withholding tax returns and determine the withholding tax deducted from you is in government coffers so that you can get your receipt within 45 days as long as the deduction has been remitted. Yes, all of this and more online at www.firs.gov.ng/e-services. FIRS, making tax administration as easy as ABC. Please note that all FIRS services are free of charge. This message is from the Federal Inland Revenue Service. It pays to pay your tax.
Thanks so much for staying tuned. We proceed now to the roads, where the federal government has stated its objective is not only to enhance commerce and bring Nigerians together, but also to create employment. The objectives stated by the Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, are gradually becoming a reality, with road projects scattered all over the country, mostly abandoned by previous administrations. Let's take you to the Loko Oweto Bridge in Nasarawa State. The bridge connects both Nasarawa and Benue State and helps in reducing the travel time between the northern parts of the country and the southern parts.
People from the southeast who come to buy fish from Loko and those who do business across River Benue do not always find it easy, especially during the rainy season when the river is full. To the two communities who have been having nightmare in doing business across the second largest river in the country, there is good news, as the Loko Oweto Bridge, meant to link the two communities on the other side of River Benue along that axis, Loko in Nasarawa State, and Oweto in Benue State is near completion.
I see this road is they work well. This road is fed the work that work quality I like them.
We are at the site of the venue of the construction of Loko Oweto Bridge. This is a bridge that is about 2.05 kilometers in length. We have the major one, which is about 1.86 kilometers, while the smaller one 220 meters, and they are dual bridge. It's a bridge that is connecting Loko in Nasarawa State with Oweto in Benue State. It's crossing River Benue. In fact, it's the longest river crossing bridge that we have presently in the country.
The Loko Oweto Bridge consists of two bridges, which total about 2.2 kilometers, making it the longest bridge to be built in northern Nigeria. When the present administration thought it wise to revive the contract for the construction of Loko Oweto Bridge in 2015, the government under President Muhammadu Buhari considered Nigerians across Nigeria because apart from its various economic benefits, the bridge will wipe the tears of many away, open up an alternative route with shorter travel time for motorists traveling along the north central, the southeast and south zones of the country.
When the new administration came in, the project was on suspension. The contractor left just because there was a lot of accumulated debt. And immediately the new administration came in, apart from promise which made the contractor come back, it was also followed with at least several payments, and then there was this Sukuk funding too that was arranged, and this project is one of the major beneficiaries of the Sukuk project, and that is what honestly has kept the project ongoing.
But this project where government bring for us is very fantastic for us, because before we don't have it here. So as government bring it here, everybody achieve a lot of things for this project.
The project is moving well, and this project is bringing so many goods to our community, and we have a benefit on this project very well.
The bridge is 92% complete as a result of availability and provision of funds through Sukuk funding initiative, the Islamic bank loan introduced by the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration to execute infrastructure projects across the country. The project has a revised contract sum of 51 billion naira as a result of a change in the original design of the bridge in order to serve Nigerians better.
And they are still likely to benefit from, I think the government is planning under Sukuk. And the contractor is doing a very good job. We are also doing a very good supervisory job to make sure that they are doing the work in line with the standard specification and standard condition of contract.
So the technical we are using here is the system of foam traveling, is NRS. The step of the bridge is by the formwork, is moving by piston. And the team of the carpenter enter. They close one side of the wall. Then the iron bender is coming. They're doing the iron bending job. After that, quality control is coming. He's checking the iron, check everything is okay. And then we are closing the wall of the formwork. After that, we will continue the iron, the top slab of the bridge. Again, quality control is coming. Check the iron. The surveyor is coming. Check everything. It's come to the level because one side is supposed to reach to the second side. They must to be parallel. And when everything is okay and we get approval, the consultants is coming also. He's checking the job, he's checking the quality. They give us approval. And then we will start the casting. This is the system, and then we have 7 steps to reach. And each step we are casting. This is always the system of each, if the bridge is working, and each axis.
Just as the intervention of the fund hastened the work to an advanced level, the project has provided employment for about 1,000 indigents from the host communities.
We are employing now in this time 460 people. The quality of work is according to the standard. We are working together with the ministry. We are following the instruction, and we are achieving the goal of this bridge.
The time of Buhari, we thank them because I believe without them we cannot be here. Without the masses cannot be working. And we also beg them to continue to make projects so that we can make the masses to be working.
So more than ever before. This road, let's say since 2010 when I come in here, there is no road to come in. But as of today, even a little that we are trying, you can see a lot of the people in this place, they are building houses, there are a lot of things, putting things on along the road they will buy and the rest of the thing. Like this is the road that links the north to the south. Let's say, probably like me, if I'm traveling, I normally use 14 hours, but now I'm using 6 hours. I will be in my place. So from here to the east, taking transport material, our agriculture farm to the east is more easy. From the east to the north is more easy. So this one is the best for the country for now.
Thank God for the government, for the compensation of this bridge into our community. We thank them very well.
The team supervising the project from the Ministry of Power, Works and Housing expresses satisfaction with the quality of work done on the bridge.
People of these two states are agriculturally inclined people. So the economic plan is going to be great. I haven't said it that it's going to link the North Central to the Southeast. It's going to link the North Central to the Southeast. A lot of agricultural products from Nasarawa end. There's the Nasarawa town. There are other villages too, Alushi, Maraba, Udeji. They used to find it difficult to move their agricultural product across before. But with this bridge, it's going to be very, very easy. And we also know that Benue are the food basket of the nation. The Benue generally, the Ochukwu axis, you know what they are meant for. So it's going to be of very, very big economic impact for the movement of agricultural products and the trade. So, in the overall interest of the nation.
The two communities at both ends of the bridge have a long history of buoyant social-economic activities, which centers mainly on fishing and farming. This in itself may be evident in the kind of groups of people that inhabit the communities. Loco is predominantly made up of Agatus, with their settlers like Fulanis, Hausas, Ijos and so on, across the river where the Oweto community is. They also have the Agatus, Idomas, Ijos and Fulanis. For these communities, the Loco Oweto Bridge is the best thing that has happened to them courtesy of the federal government. As far as they are concerned, when the bridge would have become operational, the difficulties they have experienced for years in doing business across the river would have become a thing of the past.
Thanks so much for staying tuned to your program, Infrastructure Weekly. You can get in touch with us on the social media handles showing on your screen. Join us after this break as we hit the home stretch.
Coming together of opportunities. This is what
Infrastructure is the backbone of development, which explains the Buhari government's effort at bridging the facility gap. Infrastructure Weekly is a television package designed to bring you latest information on hundreds of development projects going on in various sectors all over the nation.
there is no state in Nigeria today where you will not see our contractors busy at work.
Power generation, rural electrification, road rehabilitations, national housing scheme, construction of roads and rail lines across the country, you name it.
We are now able to produce 7,000 megawatt of power. That is no longer debatable.
Infrastructure Weekly is Nigerians working together for a better Nigeria. So be better informed to take better informed decisions. Watch Infrastructure Weekly, showing on Channels Television Thursdays 2:30 p.m., NTA Network Wednesdays 5 p.m., and QTV News Fridays at 8 p.m. Infrastructure Weekly, making development known.
Many thanks for staying with us. The program is still Infrastructure Weekly. You can get in touch with us on the social media handles showing on your screen for comment, feedback and inquiries. At inception in 2016, the National Housing Program was designed to help address the over 20 million housing unit annual deficit in Nigeria. It was also a vital part of the employment generation drive of the federal government, designed to generate thousands of employment for youth, artisans, and others involved in the building industry. Now, 2 years on, most of the projects are on the final lap between completion and handing over of sites of its pilot phase to the federal government, and that's across the 33 states where construction is currently on. Let's take you to Osogbo in Osun State to see the current situation of things at the site.
The vision of the federal government under the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari to ease accommodation challenges and infrastructure deficits in the country is gradually coming to fruition. The National Housing Project, currently being executed in 33 states of the Federation, is not only a deliberate attempt to solve accommodation problem and infrastructure deficits, but also to boost economic activities in locations where the projects are ongoing. Apart from the condominium, which is in advanced stage of completion, all other houses within the project site have been completed.
Now, as you can see, all the buildings are completed. Most are, is only condominium is about 54% completion, but most of the bungalow are 100% completed. So the progress as at today is 90% for water completion. Then on infrastructure, on road, as you can see, the drainage has been completed. What remains is the surface, that is pavement. So the percentage they are now is about 54% on road. Then the electricity, you can see the poles have been erected, the cables have been run, and the transformer bases have been established. But it remain cables, transformer. Then the percentage reached now is around between 15 and 20% completion.
Envisioned to be a community on its own, development of other infrastructure like network of roads, electrification, and water projects are not left out.
The water work consists of 4 boreholes. Then we have 75,000 capacity underground tank. The overhead tank is 40,000 capacity. And then we have the treatment house. In the treatment house, we have all the treatment plants and generator. This is a motorized borehole. That is, we are using generator to power it. It's also enough. It's very enough for the project because the underground is 75,000 capacity, while the upper one is 40,000 capacity. So it's enough.
One of the contractors on site speaks on the stage and quality of work being done.
We were able to do the cutting and filling. That's areas that were too high, we have cut. We have done filling in areas that were low. After that, we have done some other additional earthworks on the area of sub-base. Then we have now done all the drainage works. We have also done the casting of our curbs. The curbs are what we are going to use to demarcate the dual carriage. Because one lane this way, one lane this way for dual carriage. And then between, on some parts, walkway. So with this one, we only need to backfill these things now. And after that, we'll begin to do the pavement. So that's the base course and the asphalt work. All these things you are seeing now that we want to fill within 3 days. If you come again, you'll be surprised at what you see. Once your constituent materials are of adequate standard of specification, then it automatically guarantees that the quality expected is achieved, and so the age expected also will also be achieved. You have when you design a structure, you have an expected lifespan. That's what we determine the kind of specification you make on your materials, on your labor, and other professional aspect of it.
Also, one of the value additions to the National Housing Project is job creation and opportunities for the locals. This comes with acquiring more experience for the young graduates that were engaged.
We only bring the professionals from Abuja. we get additional professionals that our site engineers from here, from this Osogbo. Then we get all other artisans and labor from here, so that can help the community.
So how has that helped the community?
When the people are employed, they become sources of income for the family. So whatever they are earning here, they used to aid their family, provide their means of livelihood. So in that way, we have helped the community.
The impact is much. I can't even explain it, because through this project I was able to earn my daily meal. And some of the people, the artisans, they came here, they were employed, like 500 people, even more than 500 people came here, they were employed, they work and they get their daily meal. So this project has helped a lot, even in the lives of the people around this place, not even the community member alone. People around this community have benefited from this project. I will urge the federal government so that they can produce more of this project, because it helps a lot. It's an avenue for the young graduate, because I'm a young graduate and through this project I was employed, and let's say we have more of this, it will help the graduate and non-graduate, the artisans, to get something, so that it will help many people to live well and to get what they need as their daily meal. I have more experience because I study building technology, so here I was able to get more knowledge about road and other work, because I specialize on on building, but through the course of this project I was able to know more about road.
That's all on this week's episode of the program Infrastructure Weekly. Join us again for another interesting episode next week. Let's join hands to protect all public utilities against the activities of vandals. Also, pay your tax. Thanks so much for staying tuned. I am Abosadi Omowi. Bye for now.